Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. As always, thanks so much for clicking on this video and being here. I always appreciate that. So recently on social media, it's been doing the rounds that there's been a casting call for the brand new HBO Harry Potter TV show. And it looks like they're looking for characters Harry Potter, Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger. They've put out this casting call. So I thought for fun, let's jump into it. Let's see what they're advertising and see how people can apply for those three roles in the upcoming TV show. So we're going to start off by looking at this. This comes to us from J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books herself. So she says, so this is happening, ... lightning bolt. So let's have a read of this casting call, this kind of advertisement. Then we're going to go over to the actual website where the casting information is as well. We'll have a read and a breakdown of what's going on with this casting when it comes to the HBO Harry Potter TV series. So, UK open casting call. Open casting call for children to play the roles of Harry Potter, Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley in the upcoming HBO original series adaptation of Harry Potter. If your child would like to be considered, please head over to app.castittalent.com/HP casting for more information on how to apply. We're going to head over to that website in just a minute and see what the kind of eligibility criteria is and see if there's any more information that we can pick up about the casting of these three main characters in the Harry Potter show. So, we are currently only able to consider children who are aged 9 to 11. Obviously, for those of you who don't know what they're doing with this show, every season of the show is going to be one book. So, obviously, they're starting off with the Philosopher's Stone. That's when the kids, the main characters were really young. So, that's why they're looking for kids only in the age bracket 9 to 11 to apply. Because they're starting off in their younger years. And then each subsequent season will cover a book, so obviously they're going to get older and older as the seasons go on, kind of like they did with the movies, in other words. 9 to 11 in April 2025, and a resident of the UK or Ireland. So you can only apply for these roles if you're 9 to 11 years old and you're a UK or Ireland citizen. Please note that the Cast It website is the only way to apply for this open casting call. Applications must be submitted by a parent or legal guardian. So what we're going to do next, we're going to hop over to the Cast It Talent website, read a little bit more information about the casting call. Then we'll go back over here to social media and check out, what people are saying about this casting call. So landing over here on castittalent.com, let's go down and see what information we can gather from the casting call, the full information here that they have on their website. So Project Harry Potter, Studio HBO, location and dates, it will be in the UK from 2025 to 2026. Submission deadline is the 31st of October 2024. So if you have any young kids in your family, whether it's, daughter, son, nephews, nieces, anything like that, and you feel like you want to submit them for this potential Harry Potter series, go for it. As far as I know, you don't need any previous acting talent or anything like that. So, it's worth trying it out. Why not? You never know. You could end up being lucky and one of your family members could end up being cast in the role of one of these characters for the HBO series, which would be super exciting. So, project synopsis, an upcoming HBO series adaptation of Harry Potter produced by HBO. So, what to send us? So, this is where it gets important, guys, if you do want to make a submission for one of your family members. So, number one, first video. Please prepare a short poem or story of your choosing. It can be from your favorite book, a poem that you love, a monologue from a play, or something you created yourself. Please, nothing from Harry Potter. Please use your own accent, 30 seconds maximum. So for the first video, you have to do a reading of a poem or something from one of your favorite books, but it can't be Harry Potter. So make sure you don't read anything from Harry Potter or that's related to Harry Potter. Make sure it's something from, something that's not related to the Harry Potter franchise. So for the second video, please record a short video telling us a bit about yourself, including your date of birth, height, where you live. In addition, please describe any family member, friend, or pet that you're particularly close to. Please use your own accent, 1 minute maximum. So the first video is a monologue about a story or a poem not related to Harry Potter. The second video you have to do, you have to include your date of birth, your height, where you live, talk about yourself, and then describe any family member, friend, or pet that you're close to. And obviously it says here, use your own accent as well. So that's the two videos that they want you to submit when applying for this role. So, self-taping instructions. For the videos, please record on any device that you have. An iPhone, a smartphone is great and normally the easiest. Please make sure there is no background noise. Please could your child look as close to the camera as possible. Down the lens is fine if that's easiest. Please record your videos in a quiet, well-lit room against a plain, neutral background. Make sure we can see their face really clearly. Your child should wear whatever they feel like or feel comfortable in. Please film your child landscape with their head and shoulders taking up the frame. See the picture below as an example of the framing. So yeah, just try to make it as clear and concise as possible. Obviously showing the child's face, because that's what the casting crew are going to be kind of looking at when they're looking through these videos. They want to see obviously what the child's face is looking like, you know, if it's going to look well on camera. So make sure it's clear, make sure it's crisp, make sure there's no background noise, nothing distracting from the video whatsoever. So please note that this casting website is the only way to apply for this open casting call. Any other website promoting the casting call or charging to submit is not approved by HBO. So if you get sent any other links, emails, or dodgy websites that's not this casting call here, do not accept it. Do not send anything anywhere else, guys. This is the only way that you can submit an application for the casting of the HBO Harry Potter series. We are committed to inclusive, diverse casting, blah-de-blah-de-blah, and all that kind of stuff. We get that rubbish. So it says here, Harry Potter casting has not made sides available. I'm not sure what that means. Download sides. Download sides. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. But obviously we have Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley. The three most important characters in any kind of Harry Potter property, if you like. So, yeah, very, very important casting tier, guys. Whatever happens with these three castings is going to go for a lot of scrutiny in the public eye, especially being referenced against the OG casting of the Harry Potter movies. So they're really going to have to nail the casting here. They're going to have to do a great job. I think at first there's going to be a lot of backlash regardless of who they cast, but I think as the seasons begin to come out and it begins to develop and people form an attachment with these actors and these kids throughout the series, I think that people will start to open up. They'll start to, you know, embrace these kids, and eventually that initial backlash will subside, I think, in my opinion. That's what I think is going to happen anyway. So again, any other company or website promoting or charging actors to submit their self-tape audition is not approved. Yeah, we already know that. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much where we are. So you got to do a video of a monologue that's not related to Harry Potter, talking about a poem or something from your favorite book. And then in the second one, talking about yourself, including your date of birth, height, where you live, and talking about a family member or pet that you're close to, if the child wants to apply to be in one of these roles. Like I said, if you've got a daughter, a niece, a nephew, a son, anything like that, and you feel that you want to apply for it, you've got nothing to lose. It doesn't say anything here in this description about previous acting ability or anything like that. So, you know, might as well shoot for it, guys. I mean, they did open casting calls for Star Wars as well. You've got nothing to lose. Give it a go if you feel like, you know someone who might want to be in this. It's worth trying. But let's go back over to social media. Let's check out the comments on what people are saying about this open casting call. And let's try and get a sample size of what the public and their opinions are when it comes to this show. So, this is the same casting call here, guys, from a different post, because this one with J.K. Rowling is mostly talking about J.K. Rowling, and it's not really on topic. We're talking about the casting announcement rather than J.K. Rowling herself. So we're going to read the comments, even though it's about the same topic, we're just going to read it on a different post here. So, get ready for the modern audience remake of Harry Potter. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are really, really worried about what they're going to do with this show. They're going to make it woke, you know, they're going to gender swap and race swap and do all this kind of crazy stuff, you know, that Disney's been doing over the past few years. And a lot of people are just terrified that they're going to mess it up, that they're going to kind of put a stain on this franchise. And I think people are just really worried about what's going to happen here. This is going to be the most difficult casting ever. It's still too fresh. The movie series, rejection, possibility very high. Like I said, I think at the start, there's going to be a lot of backlash. Like Heath Ledger's Joker. At the start, there was a lot of backlash. People didn't like it. People hated the casting of Heath Ledger. But then when they actually saw the performance, they saw him on screen, you know, that just subsided. You know, winning cures everything. When you've got a great talent and they do great things on screen, I think a lot of people will initially get backlash, but I think after a while, they will embrace these new actors, I think. So here's what it's going to look like. So it's like a race-swapped Harry Potter. Personally, would I really care if they race-swap Harry Potter if it turned out to be a black kid? I don't think I would actually care. Like, it doesn't make a difference to me. At the end of the day, as long as they get good talent, that people are going to embrace, that the story is going to be great, the character arc is good, and it's written well. I don't care all that much, to be honest. So that's just my opinion. There's probably a lot of you guys that feel very different about that. They're going to pick the blackest one for Hermione. Oh my god. Yes, nobody asked for this, but lots of things you didn't ask for turned out to be great. That is absolutely true. There's a lot of things that people don't ask for in life, but they turn out to be great. Just remember that. There are legitimate parts of the books that were completely ignored in the movies. That should be put to the film as well. Yeah, but a lot of people forget that translating a book into a movie or a TV show, they're two completely different mediums in the way that you tell those narratives. So something that's in a book that makes logical narrative sense, when you put it to film and you put it on a screen, it might not make narrative sense because they're two different mediums in the way that you tell stories. So a lot of people just forget that. So HBO, this means we'll finally get to see Dumbledore graphically fisting Grindelwald in a very necessary flashback. What? I have no idea what that means. The same story you want to tell. I don't know what that means. Wish I was a kid from Ireland. Why you're bringing up the sexual orientations of prepubescent children for no good reason? Yeah, that's a discussion that I just don't want to get into. Harry Potter will be a disabled black woman. Can you even imagine the outrage if they turned Harry Potter into a disabled black woman? Like, I don't care about race, like I already said. I really don't care. I would prefer if they kept it, you know, the traditional route for Harry Potter. I actually would. That's got nothing to do with preferring white over black or anything like that. So don't comment on that, guys. I would prefer it to be the traditional Harry Potter. I would. But if they race swapped it, I don't necessarily care. Like I say, as long as the character is written well. But a disabled black woman, that's not even Harry Potter at that point. That's just a completely different character. So, yeah. Snape will be trans in the reboot. Fuck. You know something's going to happen like that. I reckon they are going to gender swap or do something like that, but I don't think they're going to do it with the main character. They'll do it with one of the side characters in the background to see what kind of reaction they get. Chris Columbus specifically chose child actors who are stable and loving homes, so the fame brought by the movies wouldn't harm the young actors. That was also before the internet was a major thing. Without guarantee that the casting process is the same here, I'm worried for these actors. Yeah, well, there is a big thing in Hollywood where a lot of child actors grow up to have, you know, really troublesome lives, which is unfortunate because I'm assuming it's all the fame and kind of the attention at the young age, and as it fades off, they start to have kind of, trouble with their mental issues. I'm not saying that's all actors, and I'm not saying these necessary actors who are going to be cast here are going to have the same issues, but it has happened throughout Hollywood in the past. Asian, Ron, Black, Hermione, Latina Potter. What? Let me read that again. I got that so wrong. Asian, Ron, Black, Hermione, Latina Potter. What? I don't even know what that means. Seriously, still think this should be animated. We've had live action and they very much imprinted into culture. Plus, TV shows take at least 5 years between seasons now, so we're going to get a 50-year-old playing a 15-year... No, because they're going to... It wouldn't surprise me if they're going to film, you know, like season 1, 2, and 3. They'd probably film it back to back to save on money, because you're hiring all the cast, crew, actors, and all of that in the stage and the, you know, where you're filming and everything. So it would make sense to film like 2 seasons at a time. I'm assuming that's what they would do to save on money. So let's read a few more here just to finish off. They better get Ben Barnes for Sirius in 3 years' time. I don't know what that means. No thanks, HBO. Let me make a kid real quick. Seeing how beloved these movies are about 3 to 4 generations, even a slight mishap will ruin this show, and I'm predicting 100% this will be one of the most controversial and decisive shows of all time. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? So there's already so much divisive nature surrounding J.K. Rowling with the woke, you know, the things that she talks about when it comes to woke stuff and all that divisive nature. The last thing they want to do is have this show kind of stained with everything that's going on with J.K. Rowling. Whether you agree or don't agree with what she's saying, you can't help but notice there's controversy surrounding her. They want to keep it away from this show. And having divisive kind of casting decisions in this show is going to bring everything that surrounds J.K. Rowling over to this show. And that's the last thing that they need or want with this show. Couple more. Why don't they just adapt The Cursed Child? Whoever hires these kids needs to tell them immediately, delete social media. I have a bad feeling it's going to get ugly on here for people who disagree with the casting choices, and it can get bad very quickly. Yeah, they're not wrong about that. They're absolutely not wrong with that whatsoever. It wouldn't surprise me if they have social media, if they have people on the team who vet the social media for the kids. So, you know, they're responsible for the messages incoming and outgoing on the social media and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I can only imagine the toxic section of, you know, basement dwelling kind of knuckleheads who hate this casting. They're going to go online and start sending awful messages to kids and stuff like that. It wouldn't surprise me. But I really hope that doesn't happen. And like I said, initially there will be backlash, but it will subside pretty quickly once people see these kids on screen acting. And I think people will just fall in love with them. And, you know, kind of like we did with the last, you know, the last casting that we had in the Harry Potter movies. But guys, that's kind of where we are. So we've had a look at the casting announcement, had a bit of a read of the kind of advertisement, jumped over to the website, had a bit more of a kind of in-depth look at what they're looking for. You know, doing the videos, you know, doing a monologue video and kind of talking about yourself and things like that. So we've had a look at all of that as well. And yeah, it seems pretty cool. Like I say, if you think someone in your family could stand up to being in one of these roles as one of these main characters, give it a try. You've got nothing to lose, doesn't cost any money. And as far as I know, like I said, I don't think you need any previous acting experience. It doesn't say on the information there. So give it a go. But guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Does this get you more excited for the HBO Harry Potter TV series, seeing this casting call? Let me know your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.